everyone, my name's Katerina Marie and welcome to my video about the Gemstone no-bake cheesecake. So to start off, you're going to need graham crackers, sugar, and butter for the crust. And then for the actual cake, you're going to need cream cheese, heavy whipping cream, agar-agar powder, which I'll get into later, vanilla extract, and lemon essence. And then for the actual Jello covering, you'll need more of that agar-agar powder, lemon essence, and sugar. So this cake is so cool. I'm actually really excited about this. It's basically just as good as it looks. I'm not a huge fan of Jello, I don't know about you, but I was kind of worried that it just was going to be like all show and like no taste, but it actually tastes really good, so it just makes me like even happier. So I'm really excited. Let's get started. So start with a medium bowl and mix in 60 milliliters of your heavy cream with 12 milliliters of your agar-agar powder. Next, you're going to want to whisk it together until it's pretty evenly mixed. Set that aside and then pull out a large bowl, mix in 175 milliliters of heavy cream and 160 milliliters of your powdered sugar, then beat together on a high speed until you see low peaks. In a separate bowl, take half a kilogram of your pre-softened cream cheese and beat at medium speed until it's soft. Next, you're going to take your heavy cream and powdered sugar mixture and put it in with the cream cheese and then beat together on medium speed for a minute. Next, add 6 milliliters of vanilla extract and a few drops of lemon essence and beat together for another minute. Next, take your agar-agar powder and heavy cream mixture, stir it up a bit again, and then add it into the main bowl and beat on medium-high speed for 2 minutes. Finally, get your cake filling and put it into a regular size bowl that you might have at home. Smooth it out a bit and then stick it in the fridge to chill. Alright, now time for the crust. So you're going to need 12 graham crackers and 15 milliliters of your powdered sugar. Stick those into a plastic bag and mix them together, and then you're going to need a rolling pin or some kind of hard object to crunch it up. I'd say get it into decently small pieces, but you don't want it to be exactly a fine powder. You just need small pieces. Next, pour that into a small bowl and then get your melted butter and mix it all together. For this, I used about 90 milliliters of butter and I just mixed it with my hands. Before the butter has a chance to cool, go ahead and get your crust and put it on top of the cream cheese filling and then stick it back in the fridge. For the Jello, I get 500 milliliters of water and 4 grams of agar-agar powder, and I let it boil on high for 1 minute before adding 80 milliliters of powdered sugar and a few drops of lemon essence. So after letting that cool for about a minute, I go ahead and pour it into a glass pan. Mine's 20 by 30 centimeters, but it doesn't really matter so long as the mixture is about 2 centimeters deep after you pour it out. Before it has a chance to cool down and solidify, I put a few drops of food coloring on either side. I'm using blue and purple just because that way in the center there'll be like a nice purple gradient all the way through, but it doesn't really matter what colors you choose. With small circular motions, I start to mix the food coloring in, and then I slowly bring it in towards the middle so they'll kind of mix and make a really pretty gradient purple. It helps a lot if you have white countertops so you can actually see what colors you're working with. Mine are gray, so it's a little hard to see, but the gradient actually came out really nice. I just kept messing with it until I was happy with it, and then I left it alone to cool and solidify. After about 10 minutes, it's time to cut. Get a knife or any kind of sharp object and cut several small rows all the way through so you end up with a bunch of tiny squares. Alright, now it's time for the fun part. So this requires a lot of patience, but all you need to do is get your squares and align them on top of the cake in a colorful pattern. This part ended up taking the longest for me, but you have an opportunity to be creative and make some fun color choices. Keep putting your squares all around the cake until it's completely covered. For your final step, you're going to boil 120 milliliters of water with 1 gram of the agar-agar powder on high for a minute, and then add 20 grams of powdered sugar. After letting it cool for a minute, you're going to spoon it over your completed cake. This is basically going to help solidify all the colorful squares so they don't just slide right off. Once you finish with that, you can go ahead and put the cake in the fridge to let everything solidify for another 10 minutes. Gemstone no-bake cheesecake. I'm so happy with how this turned out. So this is my second time ever making this type of cake, and definitely the second time it turned out much better. I think it's gorgeous, beautiful from every angle, and I'm really excited to try some. Yay, here we go, cake time! It's so good. It is so good. I like do not need to be eating cheesecake right now, but this is so good. Anyways, I hope you like this tutorial video. I probably will make some more if I can find more cool cake ideas. Bye!